Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, a grandmother, right, went to get tattoo of her grandchildren, three grandchildren, right? And guess the tattoo she got? Monkeys. And I am sure you already know how the relationship is because I know black people. You don't need to tell them. And I am not going to tell you because I know you know, right? And the woman is so pissed. I do not blame her for being pissed, but something I'm going to say is that she has actually been saying that sign because for that woman to do that one, that is the straw. She is trying to tell you that I've been giving you a sign, but you refuse to acknowledge the sign. Now, take the bigger picture. And the husband and the rest are telling her that she is overreacting. How is she overreacting? A lot of people have a lot to say. I also have something to say, which I did. And I am going to tell you this. Sometimes you might marry the man that will make you happy or the man that will get you sad for the rest of your life. Because for you to marry that man that cannot stand with you and the children, it means you did not marry right. All things like this require just your common sense, nothing more than that. Sometimes some things are not spiritual or prayers. You just have to activate your number 6, which is your brain. Let's get into this.
This tattoo is on a white lady's arm to represent her 3 mixed race, half black grandbabies. Yeah. But y'all, the worst part about this story is they're not even just like half black, half white mixed race babies, right? The mom is black. The dad is biracial too himself. So this lady now had a baby with a black man and still proceeded to get a tattoo of apes to represent her black grandchildren. Like, please be so fucking for real. To have so much ignorance and pretend like, oh, you just didn't know that it was that serious. You just had no idea. You had no clue. Bullshit. And you would never see my babies again. I don't care. And the mom is divorcing the dad because he has not supported her in this at all. Like, that's the reason why she came on here to tell her story time, because they was making her feel crazy. Like, she was just being dramatic, overreacting, this, then the third. So she left him. Because how are you, as a biracial woman myself, this is why don't nobody like us now. Because how are you, as a black man, half black biracial man, how are you supporting this? I don't care if that's your mother. I don't care if that's your family. I don't care. How are you not speaking up for your wife? How are you not defending your children? As a half black man, how are you okay with just letting this slide and not correcting and reprimanding your mother at all? I don't care if she's your mom. Like I said, you would never see my kids again. There's no way, because you're trying to be funny, and at this point I can't trust you around my children at all. Nope.
Have you seen the viral video about this tattoo right here? This tattoo right here. Well, if not, I'll give you a little breakdown because I just went down the rabbit hole. There was a black creator, a black woman specifically, that came on this app and basically said she's done with her husband's side of the family, more specifically her mother-in-law. She's divorcing her husband and she's just tired of hiding or placating, the microaggressions and the issues within him, right? And her mother-in-law. The issues have been going on for years. The racism has been going on for years, the microaggressions, like 11 years. They have 3 kids together. She's currently pregnant and she's tired of putting up with it. So the mother-in-law got this tattoo as a representation of her 3 black grandchildren. Yes, apes. She got apes. This is ugly, mind you. She got apes as a representation of her 3 black grandchildren. Now, what's crazy to me is this tattoo isn't what even sent the creator over the edge. It was her, the mother-in-law, continuing to show the tattoo around her when she asked her specifically to cover it up and refusing to post it. And refusing to post it. When she specifically asked her to cover it up whenever the kids are around her. She still brought her kids and was around the mother-in-law after the tattoo and 11 years of racism. And like, her husband is one of those let's just keep the peace type of husbands. Like, he's okay with his mom and the way she acts. Like, he's not exactly happy with the tattoo, but he's not like, appalled by it. And mind you, this is what really sent me over the edge. Her husband, and I didn't know this until I started reading comments and deep diving, her husband is biracial himself. He is a black man himself. He may not identify as it, but clearly this man is not white. Like, I'm just, and he's literally been allowing his mother-in-law to continue to have micro and macroaggressions against his wife and his children. Like, what the fuck? And he wasn't like completely appalled and upset about the tattoo his mom got. I have a lot of sympathy for this woman, but I also, at the end of the day, am like, you really need to look within yourself now that you're getting away from this toxic, disgusting family dynamic. You need to try to get as much custody as you can. I wouldn't allow this woman around my children, my black children. I would never. But you also need to get some therapy for yourself as to why, and figure out why the hell you dealt with this for 11 years. And then after this tattoo, you continue to stay and deal with it. There's something within yourself that she needs to like figure out, because the husband is a lost cause. I think that he just has been raised this way and he will never be able to see differently. But you as the mom, it's your responsibility to protect your children and to have your children around people like this for as long as you have a older son. You're going to give them a complex. You're going to create, they're going to have an identity crisis. Like, I just can't understand, but I'm glad that she's woke up and she's leaving, because the way that I would have to be pulled off of this woman, like the way that, like, I don't even want to even know how bad I would have crashed out to see this tattoo. And I would damn sure never have her around me and my children ever again. She wouldn't see us again. This apes is a choice, and it's ugly. The tattoo's ugly. I cannot believe she even branded herself like this. Like, I still am just like, this is the ugliest tattoo I've ever seen.
Biracial, half black and white people with a white mom are insecure around black people. Some, not all. I'm also a biracial with a white mom. I've been seeing the trend going around where a lot of half black and white people with white moms, mostly women, are talking about how they feel insecure with their black side. I'm loving this trend, so I want to elaborate on it too, because I totally get what they're feeling. So I want to start out by saying that there seems to be a lot of confusion when things like this are said, because the first thing people want to think is that there's some kind of deep internalized hatred towards black people because we're white or something. The reality is actually that there are a majority of fully black people that make us feel very different for being half white. We all know that a lot of fully black people have a lot of negative feelings towards white people, which, let's be real, can we blame fully black people for feeling that way? No. I feel like that sometimes, and I'm half white myself. So like I was saying, that stems from essentially fully black people kind of like mocking us, making us feel outcasted, when all we want to do is really just be accepted, because we normally identify more with fully black people because normally our phenotypes are more that of a black person versus a white person, even if they're like the most lightest skin shade. Me personally, for a long time, I did feel insecure around black people because I always thought that they were going to shun me, because it happened throughout my childhood. I got told I was a white kid, I was whitewashed, that I wasn't really black. I even got called gray because I can't be white or black, so I must be gray. Over time, those things develop into little insecurities and whatnot. I will say that those insecurities do tend to fade over time as you get older and surround yourself with fully black people that don't make you feel, for better words, awkward for being half white or having a white mom. All in all, biracial people for the most part want to be accepted as black because, again, that is what we feel like we are. When you seclude us because of that, it makes us feel like we just don't belong anywhere. And it's not even that white people like, oh, they shunned y'all first, go try and be with them, why do we have to take in biracial people? It's literally the fact that, again, we feel as though we don't look white. We want to go where we feel we have people that look like us. And honestly, if you're fully black, they're like, you can use me as an example if you want to. I don't care how light my complexion is. Like, if you look at my nose, my lips, my eyes, like, I have Afrocentric features. Even my hair is curly. I have type 3 curly hair. So, and I feel like I look black. Like, when I see my black family, I look at them and I see myself. They're just honestly darker in complexion.
Tish Monster, since you can't say what you would want to say, let us handle it, right? Because your mother-in-law, the grandmother of your children, of your 3 children, your black children, biracial, whatever you want to call them, they're black, right? Grandma is racist as fuck. Your husband don't give a fuck about your feelings, right? Because if you had a legitimate issue with what she put on her fucking arm to represent your kids, and he brushes it off like it's nothing, he does not care about you. To invalidate your wife's concerns shows that he has zero fucks, or he gives zero fucks about you. And it shows that he'll cater to his mother's fuckery than to care about his wife's feelings. Now, I'll say this, and this is why I say that she's racist as fuck, because you mentioned that you have told her on numerous occasions that when you are around, your kids are around, she's to cover that shit up. And each time, on multiple occasions, she never covered it up. They even took it a step further and gaslit you to the point where they're making it sound like you're the issue for having a genuine concern of why they did what they did, or why she did what she did. I'll take it a step further and be real with you. Your mother-in-law slick hates you. She slick hates her grandchildren, because to have that out, people are going to question that. Like, yo, what does that represent? And she's going to say, those are my grandbabies. And they're going to kiki, you're going to kiki and ha-ha, right, about your doggone kids. I hope and pray to God that you divorce that man and you never have anything to do with that fucking side of the family. Because if they'll put that on their arm to represent your kid, if you were to go take those kids to their house and leave them there by themselves, there's no telling what they would do to those kids. Be done, be over with, and just know that they don't fucking like you. They don't like you. They slick hate you. And don't say I'm fucking overreacting either. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Peace.
Do you mean that the mother-in-law has a tattoo of 3 baby apes on her arm that represent her 3 biracial grandkids? I literally can't even make sense of it. And then she doubles back and says, y'all, don't be mean to the person who tattooed her, because when she went in to get the tattoo, she didn't tell the man that it was of the grandkids. She said it was for her grandkids. That means it was done intentionally. She would never see them grandkids again. I would raise them only on the black side of the family. They would never know. They would. Yeah. That's what's on my FYP anyway. Y'all, there's a black woman who is married to a white man on here, and she explained how her white mother-in-law went to a tattoo artist to put 3 of her kids on her arm. What that tattoo is? 3 monkeys. And y'all had the nerve to act like I was going crazy when I said black people who marry white people are settling. And here is a black woman who is settling to be emotionally, mentally, and spiritually abused by her racist mother-in-law, while her white husband and his entire family don't do anything. They're basically making her feel like it's not a big deal. And as I was watching the video, I can see that the black woman was going through a whole bunch of mental gymnastics to convince herself that she's not going crazy. And the sad part is that she felt the need to come to the internet to get other people's opinion about it, knowing that there are white people who will marry a black person just to fulfill their racist dreams, and they're not equipped to be with us.
Do you know how racist you have to be to go out and intentionally get a tattoo of 3 baby apes to represent your 3 mixed grandchildren? This creator came on here telling her story on how her mother-in-law, her white mother-in-law, went out and got a tattoo of 3 baby apes to represent her kids. The creator's name is Tish. She goes by Tish Monster on TikTok. And she and her husband are both mixed, which just means the mother-in-law laid down with the black man and had a mixed baby of her own. So you had your own mixed kid and you just stayed ignorant? Tish also said that the mother-in-law called her babies monkeys previously. Before getting that tattoo done, she had already called these babies monkeys. That should have been the last time she saw those kids. Monkeys? Every time I open up this app, I just come across the craziest stories.
When she first got that tattoo, I asked her to cover it up. And at first she told me no. And I said, cool. I just don't want to be around you. Didn't really say too much about it. The next day, she said, hey, I'll cover up around you. I'm so sorry. I was like, cool. I want to cover it up everywhere around me. Not just my home, everywhere. She said, cool. That's not what happened when she ended up moving back home. I would be in other areas of town and of gathering, and I was trying to be civil for the kids, for my husband, trying my best to just deal and not, but nobody was taking it seriously enough. I would go to another family member's house and she would have it out. I would go to a little bar where it's like a very small town. So every day there's like a routine for somebody in the family to go somewhere and have a couple drinks. Sometimes I would go up there so that way the kids could see grandparents and stuff for like an hour. The thing would be out. I'd be staring at it. One day I was just having a bad fucking day and we were at another family member's house and it was just out looking at me. I was already mad at my husband because I had to get 3 kids ready by myself for the day and be over there at a certain time. By the time I pulled up, everyone was asking me where I was at. Like, nobody else had to get 3 kids ready by themselves. Anyway, fucking, and I felt like I kept trying to avoid her at this place, and she kept following me places, and I fucking realized I'm fucking mad. You have this stupid tattoo just staring at me. Leave me alone. That's not what happened. And then I just felt like nobody was on my side at all. I feel like nobody could fucking understand besides my family how fucking serious this fucking tattoo is. Like, I felt like I was losing my fucking mind, right? So then I finally like crash out a little bit and I'm like, hey, I'm not going to be around you anywhere, anytime without you covering that fucking thing up, right? And she was like, at first, like, no. And I'm like, fine, like, don't expect me to want to be around you anywhere. Nobody else asked me to go fucking around her with that fucking thing uncovered. All I'm asking is that she cover up with like a sleeve. I'm not asking that she cut her arm off. I'm not asking that she fucking get another fucking tattoo covering it. Just like get like a fucking compression sleeve and cover it the fuck up everywhere around me. Like, the fuck? So my husband's grandparents' like 60th anniversary party is coming up, and like I'm getting asked if I'm going and I'm saying no. I'm not going. And she's like begging me to go. And I'm like, until you can tell me that you are going to cover up, I'm not going. I'm not saying nobody can't be around kids. I've never said you can't be around kids. I never called her a fucking racist. Nothing like that. But if the kids can go to the fucking party, I'm not fucking going. She finally broke down, was like, I'll get the sleeve. I just want everyone together. Fine, whatever. We go. She covers it up. I shut the fuck up. I just mind my fucking business, right? Like 3 weeks passed. This past like week was my husband's birthday, okay? We fucking go over there. Not like I popped up. Not like I was uninvited to her home, right? And my plan was, I didn't know if she was going to cover up in her own home. And I was not going to demand it. But I was going to drop off my kids and just leave if she was uncovered. I wasn't going to say nothing. And so I freaking bring one baby in and she's uncovered. And I turn around to get the other baby. And I say to myself, if she's still uncovered by the time I walk back in here with this other baby, because we have twins, if I walk back in here with this other baby and she is not covered up, I am going to leave. So I turn back around, bring the other baby in. She's coming out of her room for putting the sleeve on. Great. I shut the fuck up. I don't say anything. I go on about my business. Mind you, it's just mind-blowing that you wait until the last second for me to get there when you invited us over. And you know how I feel, but whatever. And I just fucking lost it, man. I just fucking lost it. I had decided over something else, a little argument me and my husband had this week, that it was time. It was time. And I didn't feel like, I feel like I know those women in that family, and I know that they all think my husband is a golden boy, and how could he ever do anything wrong to make anybody want to divorce him? I get it, they're his family, whatever, but I also knew that they're all over there like talking shit, because I know those women, right? And so I was just like, you need to tell them how you've been treating me. And so he included me, his grandmother, and his mother in a group chat. And he brought up a couple things that had happened over the years. And then he brought up, the tattoo and stuff. And that's all they wanted to address to me was how this fucking tattoo, not the way that he treated me, the couple things that he had said. Yes. Sorry, I'm staying at my dad's tonight. I had to go back and rewatch and see where I was at. All they wanted to talk to me was about this fucking tattoo and how I needed to like get over it and stuff. And I was just like, you know what? If y'all are so proud of this fucking tattoo and y'all think nothing is wrong with it, post it. Post to the internet that you got a tattoo of your black grandchildren as fucking apes. And the thing is, I am not so sensitive to where I don't understand that it is very common for like little babies at first, like, oh, that's like a little like cute little I get it. I'm not that fucking sensitive. However, I've never addressed that because they are also very fucking sensitive. And if I had said, hey, I don't want you to call him that, they would have called me sensitive. I was over exaggerating. She's just so woke, blah, blah, blah. And now they're mad that I never said that. Anyway, so fucking I told her to post it. I was like, if you're so fucking proud of it, post it. I gave her an hour after I said that. And so I posted it because I'm just like, I'm fucking tired of the goddamn games, okay? Y'all making me feel crazy. I didn't feel like he was 10 toes behind me. It was just, he didn't like it either, but I did not feel like he was 10 toes behind me in my fucking boundary, my very simple boundary of just covering the fuck up and shutting the fuck up and stop testing her about it. But I didn't feel like I had that. I felt like I just kept getting little pokes. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I did. It's crazy. I might go back and like delete a couple videos and redo them because I've been a little emotional this weekend. For now, I'm keeping everything up because it's just real. Like, it's just real as fuck. And it's just what the fuck's been happening. And sometimes you just need to let people know. And it sucks. It's so messy. I am mildly embarrassed just because it's like sucks, but like nobody fucking checked them the way they needed to be checked, and they kept fucking dancing around it, and just I lost it. Okay. It is what it is at this point. It is what it is. When she first got that tattoo, I asked her to cover it up. And at first she told me no. And I said, cool.
Okay, so yes, I do know that video has been circulating around, and it is crazy that stuff like that is still going on in the world right now. But I'm pretty sure she had red flags, like signs, way before now. I definitely feel like the husband should have spoke up or said something, because the grandmother feels very comfortable with doing what she's doing. And I'm pretty sure that tattoo was not the first time she referenced her grandkids as monkeys or apes. It can't be. Because to go get a whole tattoo, a sleeve of 3 apes portraying to be your grandkids, yeah, that's sickening. That's sickening. And it's wild. But I'm definitely going to pray for that family, because there's some things going on over there. And she got some built up stuff. So when she does crash out, it's not going to be pretty. But there is absolutely, positively no way my kids would be going over there with her or going to see her. I'm sorry. Nope, not my kids. Couldn't be mine. But what is y'all opinion on this issue? I mean, I'm pretty sure she knew how the mother-in-law felt way before now. There's no way I would have went this far and still continue to be having babies by him, and she's already treating the grandkids that's already here like that. Yeah, it's a no for me. But how y'all feel about that?
From this video, and I am going to say this with all seriousness. I am not praying for anybody over this issue. This is something that your mind and your heart can resolve. It's not something you need to pray over, because there are some things you don't need to pray over. You understand what I am saying? Not everything requires prayer. Some things are, you are number 6. You use your brain to handle it. So leave prayers out of this at this point in time. I am sure, like every other person already said, I am sure she has seen signs on a very serious note. Why I am saying this is because your mother-in-law will not wake up one day and get apes, monkeys, tattoo on her arms or sleeves, whichever one it is, right? Of her 3 kids, 3 children, without having signs of who she is. I think she's been in the marriage for 11 years, because she has really done great. I mean, she has really suffered it all, because at this point in time, it is screaming, we have to show you. I mean, it looks like you've been ignoring the signs we're giving you, but we have to show you this particular one for you to know where you stand with us. Now, let me tell you something. You know, most times when I tell people that you should really be very careful of who you marry, because most times who you marry might be your angel, or who you marry might be your demon. So this particular one is part of it, because for everyone is telling her that she is overreacting. Are you for real? You know why I am not screaming and shout? I am not screaming and shouting because people will be like, shut up, you are not married or you don't have a child, right? So why are you overreacting? Heaven knows that it cannot be me, and heaven knows that I am not getting married to people that are like that, you know? Because I feel like whoever you get married to determines a whole lot about you. Yes. For the husband and the rest of the family to wake up and say that you are overreacting, it tells that they also feel that the mother, it's okay for the mother to have ape of the children. Monkeys. If we say ape, it might look like we are refining monkeys of her grandchildren, monkeys, that they are her children. So how do you differentiate who is who? Like they are all three apes, three monkeys on the same arm. So how do you differentiate who is who is who is who? That is how disgusting some people's attitude are. What happened to having their pictures? Now let me tell, because sometimes you'd be like, oh, maybe my mind didn't go there. What happened to having their pictures and go to the tattoo parlor, right? To get all their pictures on your arm. But you choose, of all things, nobody should make excuse. Nobody should. I saw somebody telling me that I always want to sound smart. See, I am not going to lie to you. I am not smart. But some things, you just need your brain. Except your brain is not working. Except you do not have credit. Like, critical thinking is essential in 2025 upwards. Else, you won't be able to do anything. You won't be able to prosper. So I am not smart. And I agree with you. But I have sense. Sense is essential for every human being. I learned that she went to the tattoo parlor to ask the tattoo man why they were having conversation, and the man said, the man was also disgusted and said, I never knew that was her intention. If I had known, I wouldn't have. And you also heard from her. I am not telling anybody to divorce. God forbid. I am not. I cannot. Because I won't come and marry you. Right? But some things, there are some space you will be in, that you are not needed. And that space is actually not good for you. When you are in a space where you are not valued, you also do not have to be in that space. It is dangerous for you, your health and your well-being entirely. And if you are a human being and you support this kind of thing, you are not a good person too. And heaven is far. If there is heaven, heaven is far away from you. Yes. I don't know if there's anything I'm leaving out, but whatever it is should just go by. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.